Here we have Andrew Bauman with Bauman HVAC. What do you have here? What is this? Looks like a submarine.
We have a fully modulating condensing gas boiler with a magnetic filter that we can put chemicals and stuff in there to control the pH of the water for the boiler. We have a plate-to-plate heat exchanger that's priority for domestic hot water. This pump takes it from the system, and this pump circulates the water through the plate-to-plate heat exchanger to transfer the heat to the tank. Now we got a stainless steel buffer tank, 50-gallon Lockavar. We got it hooked up to about 14 zones here. One side is the boiler supply and return. And then we have an air separator. And then we have the supply for the system and the return for the system. We got the pumps for the upstairs, downstairs auxiliary heat. The zone valves are on the supply. These are Grundfos Alpha 2 pumps. They auto adapt to your water flow, and they also adjust the power according to its need. We got a low water cutoff for the whole system. If God forbid you ever get a leak anywhere in the system, or the makeup water fails, this will shut the whole system down, including the boiler. And it's automatic reset. You can test it right here. Red light would be on in a low water situation. Red light, green light on for everything being good. All right, here we have all the zone control panels. This one is for the upstairs downstairs coil, and it has a priority for domestic hot water. This is your temperature for your domestic hot water tank. When zone number 1 is calling, it will shut down call on all other zones to give domestic hot water priority. Okay, this is the downstairs panel. This is the upstairs panel. This is the switch for the whole system. Moving up, we have mixing valves for the radiant floor heat. Okay, this is the mixing valve for your downstairs, mixing valve for your upstairs, and this third mixing valve is for the basement. We're running 3 different temperatures if wanted in those zones. Okay, he's got suspended air suspension radiant floor heat in first and second floor. Then he's got an in concrete system downstairs in the basement. So we can run them all at 3 different temperatures as needed. These are ball valves with purge tees built in on them on all the returns. So wherever you see these, this is where we purge them, purge the air for the system, all on the returns. And these 2 are for the upstairs. So we got from the hottest zones, okay, to the coldest zones on the end. Okay, this being the supply, this being the return, and these crossing for mix, and these are the mixed temperatures on the pumps. The original contractor installed non-oxygen barrier PEX. Okay, he did not use PEX manifolds. As you can see here, he teed every circuit together, did not make it bigger for the supply, and he did it on the return too in black pipe. And from the non-oxygen barrier PEX, we got a lot of oxygen in there and corrosion, and it rotted out all the cast iron pumps and rotted out all the steel in the system, And we had to go to all non-ferrous material, including the pumps. They're stainless steel. Everything's brass, copper, and stainless steel. And we even got stainless steel manifolds here with built-in flow controls. We can isolate each circuit. We got another one over here. And we got a third one over here. Okay, and this was what was in there. And he was using pump injection zones. There was 23 pumps when I started here. We're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pumps total from 23 pumps. So we're using mixing valves for the radiant, and we're just using a supply and return deer antler system off the buffer tank, this being my supply, this being my return. We go from the hottest zones to the coldest zones. So your domestic hot water is first, that's the hottest. Your hydronic coils are second, and then your radiant heat from downstairs, upstairs, and then basements last. And that's to get the cool return to mix it with the hot supply. And we also have added 2 flow checks that were not in the system, one being here and one being right here. That ball is a flow check. All right, I'm going to show you the difference when using non-O2 barrier PEX and O2 barrier PEX. O2 barrier PEX has a coating on the outside, does not let oxygen molecules inside to the water, okay? When you use non-oxygen barrier PEX, this is what happens to anything that's non-ferrous, okay? And this is also too, he had no air elimination in the system, okay? So this was from roughly about 7 to 18 years of use, and the pumps were worse than this. All the black pipe, everything was rotted from the inside out, and this gentleman was replacing his pumps every 2-3 years. You know, the oxygen molecule in the polypropylene PEX, the PEX molecule is bigger than the oxygen molecule, so it's gonna get absorbed into the non-oxygen barrier PEX, and that's very bad for any boiler system to have that. So, all right, this is how you operate the mag cleaner. These are isolation valves to turn it off. You should have a red indicator. Red indicator means off. Take this screw, just like an oil pan in a car, unscrew it, the water will come out in a stream, put a bucket underneath there, then you unloosen the top container, 5 threads, it comes off, pull the mag cleaner out, pull the center out of it, wash it off, and put it back together. And if you have to add any chemicals, you can add them when the water is all out, a quart at a time, and then put it back in use. Is on. 8-way is what we're using because we have non-oxygen barrier PEX.